join us at the lab in Cambridge, where we're joined with our account manager Sam from Gamma, who's going to be helping us combine cocktails and connectivity. Over to you, Sam.
Thank you very much, Neil. Yeah, so today we're going to be talking about the upcoming PSTN Switchoff in 2025, and I've chosen two cocktails to pair with that. So we're going to start off with the old-fashioned, so the old-fashioned copper technology going out, and then I'll take you through a cosmopolitan, which is sort of the new wave of technology which we'll all be embracing before too long.
Sounds exciting. Right.
So, first off, for the old-fashions, this is one of the original cocktails from America. What you need for this is some brown sugar. What I've got here is some brown sugar syrup. So you need about 10 ml of that.
Estimations.
Estimations, yeah. A few drops of Angostura bitters. And then 50 ml of bourbon. But this drink has been sort of amended and changed on a number of occasions, so you often find it with rum or sometimes even a tequila. So once you've combined the ingredients in the glass, you add some ice. And give it a stir. This is where we can get chatting about everything else while we stir this.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts on the PSTN Switchoff? Do you think people are prepared for it?
No, I don't think a lot of them are. And I think that's partly the industry's fault.
Yeah.
I think the industry is still failing to inform people as to quite what's going on with this switch off. I think they're sort of getting mixed messages.
Yeah.
Particularly a lot from the sort of fibre providers or the wannabes that are sort of making great big promises. We see it a lot. They're laying fibres almost past sort of buildings and estates and business parks, but not connecting people yet. So.
Yeah, I think it's testament that no one really knows about it. That my mother's never heard of the PSTN Switchoff, and she's got a husband and a son that both work in the industry.
Yeah.
So that just shows you the lack of awareness from the general public about what is essentially a massive event within our industry.
Yeah, I mean it's been talked about and tabled for such a long time, and there's been progress made, but it's not progress enough, really. I think though, that said, a lot of the services that ran over PSTN lines, like the old traditional telephone lines, a lot of people have embraced VoIP, and I think the pandemic helped us with that. Yeah,
I think you're right there. For me, it's some of the sort of background services, your red care lines, your lift lines, where I don't think the solutions have really been put in place or
even thought out, really.
Even thought out, exactly, yeah.
We see a lot of them going over to SIM services, which is quite cool.
Yeah. I think that's what there'll be some growth in that for sure. So the old-fashioned is just about done. The last little thing is a little garnish, which is a flaming orange peel. So you put your lighter over the glass, give it a squeeze. That was pretty pathetic. Bit better. Pop it in, and you're good to go.
Nice.
Neil, have a try of that.
Very good. Thank you.
So yeah, this is representing the old technology going out. Yeah, it's quite a strong drink, but
some old tech can stick around.
Exactly. Yeah.
So finally, on the whole PSTN switch off.
Yeah.
From your perspective, as a provider, have you seen amongst sort of our community a real uptake moving across to other services, or are people still dragging it behind?
I think it's starting to get there. I think the pandemic accelerated it a little bit, but in general, I think it's particularly the smaller businesses that are going to really struggle. I think they're often the ones that are thought about the least by the providers. And the ones that are probably least engaged within the industry. They've got a phone line, it works, why do we need to change it?
Yeah.
And it's getting that message across to them in a sort of, familiar environment, and making sure they're aware of what needs to be done, which is the challenge. I mean, we have launched a product called Phone Line Plus, which is specifically directed at that micro business market, that 0 to 10 user space. Essentially, it's as close to the service that they've got, so it's not, you know, it's not an all bells and whistles solution, but it's the solution for your chip shops, your hairdressers.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the area of the market which is really being underserved. Which brings us nicely onto our newer cocktail. It's still a classic, but the name Cosmopolitan to me always screams sort of, you know, cities, the future. So that's why we decided to make this one as our next cocktail.
Brilliant.
So when you're making a glass in a coupe, it's always best to chill the glass first.
Is that what it's called, a coupe?
A coupe glass.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know about all glasses.
So that's a rocks glass. That's a coupe glass. We've got one up here. This is one of my favourite glasses actually. These are called Nick and Nora glasses.
Nick and Nora.
They're really cute. And you've got hurricane glasses and all sorts of crazy tiki glasses. So next up for the Cosmopolitan, this is a vodka-based cocktail incorporating cranberry flavours, orange flavours, and some lime in there as well. So what you need is 25 ml of cranberry juice.
That's the healthy bit, right?
That is the healthy bit, correct.
Fair enough.
And then you want about 35 ml of vodka. I think that's this one here. There we go. You want 25 ml of triple sec or Cointreau, whichever you've got behind the bar. We've got some triple sec here today.
I do like a drop of Cointreau.
It goes brilliantly in a margarita as well. Pop that in. And then you want the juice of about half a lime. So I've got a few lime wedges here, which I'm just going to squeeze in. Fill your shaker up with some ice. And give it a good shake. It's the bit where you can do a slow-mo.
Oh, come on, yeah, absolutely. That's a muscle builder right there.
It is. And then, because of the lime in there, you're going to want to double strain this. You don't want little pieces of lime and shards of glass. And again, you want to have your little flaming orange peel. All right.
I recently bought a blowtorch for dealing with garden weeds. That was my most exciting tool.
Ah, there we go. And there you have the Cosmopolitan.
Look at that. So go on then, Sam. How does this inspire our future of connectivity? I'm guessing I'm going to have to try this because someone's got to be chief taster and all that. It's very hard life.
So I think the cocktail itself is just an example of something fresh, something new. So I think that was why I chose this to represent the new technology we're moving towards.
Well, as much as I don't want to eliminate the history behind all of this and the past, drinking-wise, I'll embrace the future with that one. That's very
cheers.
Good. Yeah, cheers. Thank you. So as part of the Ziria sort of packages of connectivity, we include a lot of migrations from typical sort of PSTN lines. We're also migrating quite a lot of people over to VoIP services. So effectively bringing those phone calls over a digital sort of method over your internet connections, and we do that in partner with Gamma and various other solutions. But it's fair to say we've been partners with Gamma now for a number of years. Enjoy a great working relationship with Sam and all the team at Gamma, who have been very supportive as we've grown as a business and with the future. And good stuff.
Look forward.
Thank you very much for coming today, Sam.
No problem.
Really appreciate it.